I feel like if more people are then empowered by, say, a movie like this, then they're going to start, just in having a conversation, they're going to start, then it lessens the power of the systems that are, you know what I mean, that are in place, because you could just start saying, well, I don't really believe in that. I don't know if I believe in that. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, belief systems. Once belief systems change, I just get so upset because they always say it's so scientific. And even the people in the field know it's not.
Yes. Well, just so you know, I learned this in social work school, that a lot of the journal articles that we would read, I was so critical of them because I was like, okay, I got to see, is this real or is this not? But like, think about it like this. All the medications that we are taking, they're only tested 8 to 12 weeks. They're tested on very sanitized groups, meaning people without serious addiction or serious suicide problems or serious trauma. It's like mild to moderate depression. It's very like sanitized. If you start showing like suicidal thoughts within the research study, they will kick you out.
Wow.
And they don't want any problems. So it's a very sanitized, clean study group because they have to show their drugs are effective. Remember, who's paying for that study? It's the pharmaceutical company. They'll repeat the study 8 million times to make sure that they get positive results so they can get FDA approval.
Right.
So that's the first layer. Okay. So then you have all these drugs that are, hardly, they don't work at all and they probably harm people and they don't report that. But then you have psychology studies that are of people with diagnoses who are probably also on meds. And then they'll do their CBT research on this sanitized group without real serious problems. Okay. And so then it's like, it's saying this is evidence-based for depression. Okay. But evidence-based for who? For really sanitized people that are probably white middle class that, are willing to go give themselves up for a research study at a university.
Right.
It's not people with experiencing poverty that are on 5 medications with a diagnosis of schizophrenia and opiate addiction. Right. It's not.
Right.
That is our evidence base. Okay. So unless you fit into that evidence base little tiny segment of the population that says these drugs work for you, that's fine. But most of us are outside of that study group. So you always got to ask yourself, evidence base for who? And who's benefiting from this evidence? Who's making money off of it?
Right. Yeah. Right. And see, a lot of people aren't privy to that. They don't know that information. They only are told that, okay, well, these guys are the professionals. Yeah. And you don't really understand it until you're in it, until you're already in it, until you're already medicated. And then you're like, oh, wait, like, I don't really like this. How do I get off it?